find yourself traveling down a lonesome road, somewhere well off the beaten path. You don't know when it happens, but all at once you feel as if you step through an underwater shadow. The sky you've been breathing turns to ashes, and you decide to flee. You double back, planning to retrace your steps, but find where each of your footprints should be a fully functioning miniature toll booth. You have forgotten your wallet at home. Dark buildings loom on the skyline like the broken teeth of a honky-tonk piano. A voice on the wind beckons you forward, toward the city on the edge of forever. This is the end, you hear it say. This is Population Cat Town.
So I was at the doctor's office the other day, and the doctor came into the room, and he said, "Sir, you're going to have to stop masturbating."
Oh, yeah.
And I said, "Why?" He said, "So I can finish the examination." But, shit, Mike. Caitlin.
Yay.
Welcome to the pod.
Ooh, I'm excited.
What are you doing welcoming people to the pod? That's my job.
Yeah, well, sorry, okay.
I'm the pod
I take that back. You're unwelcome again.
God damn it.
You're not welcome here.
But it is time to podcast. To cast pod.
We'll cast pod. Looks like we have here, across from me, Jared Leto. No. There it is.
You did Jared Leto.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
What's the Jared?
Shit, I wasn't
You've run out of
prepared.
Jareds.
Run out of Jareds, that's it.
All right, just Jared.
Jared W. Worthen the third,
Mhm.
and Caitlin Lynch. So, and this is Cat Town.
Yes, it is.
Population
Cat Town. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, welcome.
We got a live studio audience today.
Live studio audience. We've got lots of things happening in Cat Town.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jared, what's your Cat Town?
Oh man, you always leave it up to me.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna
Sure
turn the
do.
tables. What's your Cat Town?
Ooh. You can't do that.
No, I can't mess.
This is
I can't mess with the flow. This is my show.
This is
You introduce my show every time.
That's right.
All right. So.
No, it's just your job. It's my show. It's your
Oh,
job.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well.
Wait,
excuse
are you
me.
getting paid for this? You should get paid for this if it's your job.
I wish I could get paid to pod.
Yeah.
Isn't that what a
That would be great.
That'd be great. That's our podcast today.
And thank you very
How
much.
do you get
How do you
paid?
get paid for this?
For this, just give us money.
Just
We know the importance of money. That that fuck you money.
That fuck you money. Well,
You
let's
need
talk
your
about
fuck you
a
money.
little. Well, okay. Well, what do you have for us, Jared?
Okay, so I was actually spending a little time the last couple of days thinking about the concepts of regret, guilt, just like those human societal constructs, and how they shape people, and how dangerous they are.
What are those like?
Oh yeah. Well, clearly I wouldn't expect a narcissist like yourself to ever experience guilt or shame.
Never, ever before.
Never.
I thought it was regret and guilt.
Oh, have you introduced Caitlin?
I've had.
Wow, this went there so quickly.
Right.
Way more quickly than I was expecting it to.
Regret.
How do you feel? Do you feel shame, regret right now? Maybe a little bit.
I already introduced her.
Are you regretting it?
No, not at all.
Wait, did you?
Yes, I did.
No, I thought you just stumbled over my words.
Wait,
No,
this isn't a
no,
joke
no,
about
no, I
regret?
didn't.
I thought
I'm a little confused too, but
I
I
thought
did
this was
introduce her.
Wow.
I mean,
I
we could
regret
stop
apparently
and
not
run,
listening.
and run the tape back, but
Yeah, no, we couldn't do that.
No.
We'd ruin the pod for everyone.
we
We'd break
would.
the illusion
That's
that this
right.
is a
live,
solid conversation.
live show.
Yeah, a lie.
In
It's a
which-
lie.
It's a lie
it
show.
is live. There's
This
an
is a
audience.
lie show. We
It's
like to
true.
lie to
There's
everyone.
an audience. We're live. It's live.
We're alive and live.
Mm. But yeah, we're alive. We're live, and
So-
this is a
so,
lie.
Guilt.
Guilt,
and
shame, the inevitable collapse,
regret.
regrets.
Because I've experienced
None of these
lots of shame. Lots of shame, but I'm unfamiliar with
with regret.
this guilt and regret. Yeah.
These aren't things that you've.
Explain that. I don't know what that's
Mainly
like.
the guilt.
Well, I told you I wanted to have hard conversations.
Right.
Um,
You wanted to get to the bottom.
like not stiff, but
Right.
hard
Yeah.
conversations,
Right.
like difficult conversations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut all of these coughing
Yeah.
spits out.
Cut them right out.
Yep. because I'm ashamed of them.
Sick Jared episode.
I regret.
I regret potting
having
with
you
you.
in my small,
In your living space.
My small living space with your coughs.
I
Yeah.
regret you doing that too.
I don't know. I might not be contagious. I don't know. It's the black lung, maybe. I don't know. It's smallpox.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
But no, I was thinking. I remember a specific moment in my life where I realized like an entirety of adolescence of shame just like came back to me.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you about it. I was working retail,
Right.
and I was working the lawn and garden section of a popular retailer. We'll call it Ball Fart.
Ball farts. Yeah.
And I was working the lawn and garden section. I was all alone. You know, I was walking out back to the back patio.
Right.
And there was this moth, this sort of fat little moth. He couldn't skittering around, like couldn't get up off the ground.
Yeah.
I may have told you the story at one point.
You have. Yeah.
But I was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill that moth.
You're
So aggressive.
you're
Yeah, I was like, I'm
gonna
gonna kill this moth
for no reason.
for no reason. And I ran and I jumped like 8 feet in the air.
Wow.
Yeah. And I came
Playing
down.
basketball at the
I had
time?
Never,
no
never,
idea of your athletic
never.
prowess.
And I landed on this moth, and there was an audible crunch.
Oh, God.
And I just stopped, and I was like, why did I do that? and like I was flooded back with all of these memories of myself growing up.
Right.
I grew up on a lake. There was nothing to do but like fishing. I think fishing was where it started. Like there were all these times in my life where I killed small animals.
You just step on fish.
I would just step on.
Jump
No, like
8
I would.
feet in the air and step.
Honestly,
on
one of my favorite movies was Jaws.
Right.
I would catch like sunfish in the lake, and I would use the bobbers, you know, the floating bobbers that they have,
I know what it
and I would reenact the movie Jaws
Right.
with sunfish. And I'd be like, they can't stay down, not with 3 bobbers, they can't. And you know, like, and that was just a fun thing for me to do, and I was just.
You're a sick
Yeah, that's
bastard.
not how you're
That's
supposed to fish.
disgusting.
That's not how you're supposed to fish, but I was having fun. Like there were bugs,
yeah, that's fun
you know,
for you, huh?
or there were bugs that I would just kill, crickets for no reason. I was just
Yeah.
I would like drown them and then try and bring them back to life. I consider it sort of like an experimental phase. I've justified it in my own mind.
Right.
I still feel bad about it. This is
You
where the
can-
shame and the regret comes in.
Yeah.
You can freeze crickets and bring them back to life.
Yeah.
You should have tried that
Yeah.
instead.
you
Not
should've done
true
that.
of frogs. I had heard that about a frog, and I did put a frog in the freezer. I think I single-handedly decreased the frog population of Ware, New Hampshire,
By freezing all
by
of them. You just had
freezing
a
all of
freezer
the
full of
frogs.
frogs.
No, well, like you're just a kid, you know. You get your hands on firecrackers, and you're like, I could blow up small animals. Like that's just something that I did as a kid. I was like, it was like an experimental phase, and I never felt any guilt or shame over it. And all of a sudden, it just hit me with the crushingness of this moth.
Right.
Like, what I did was wrong. But was it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was awful.
No, it's
It's a
definitely
moth.
awful. I don't agree with it. But like, is it fundamentally wrong? People kill small animals all the time.
I feel like lots of little boys go through phases where they just love fucking with insects and all kinds of stuff.
Right, from like
you're not
6
alone
to
in that.
10.
Mm-hmm.
No, I definitely don't think I'm alone in it, but I definitely feel bad about it now. I didn't at the time. I was just like, oh, this is what I do. Like, I started playing video games when I was 10 and just stopped it and never even thought about it
Just
again.
killed
I
things
was
on
like, okay,
screens
I picked
instead.
up a controller. I'm not going to kill animals anymore. But
Just
like,
these zombies.
yeah.
Well, maybe because you're so out of control with everything in your life when you're 10 years old, you have to feel like there's something you have some kind of control
Power over.
Yeah, and what yours was video games, I guess. After,
But are you really out of control? There are things that you could be in control of.
what are you in control of?
I feel like I'm more out of control
What-
now than I was when I was 10.
Well, of course you are. That's what I'm saying. You have no control when you're 10 years old.
It's true. You have no impulse control.
Yeah.
You
Well, not in. I'm not talking.
Just-
I'm talking about you have nothing
that you're in control
your
of.
life that you have any say over.
Mhm.
You don't have say over your own life. You don't have say over your clothes over like really the friends you can hang out with. You know, if your mom doesn't want you to hang out with Tom down the street,
Right, you have no control over
well,
that.
you can't hang out with Tom.
No,
Sorry,
so
Tom.
in that case,
Sorry,
if
Tom.
you can't hang out with Tom,
I miss you, Tom.
kill small animals and you'll feel better.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that was just something I felt regret over, and I had to justify that to myself because I can't shut down. I shut down for like maybe 10 minutes after
Right.
crushing that moth and then remembering all of the horrible things that I had done, and I'm like, how do I punish myself for this? And
Right.
the answer was shame and guilt.
Or let
and-
someone
and
crush
regret.
you, really.
Right.
That would be
Yeah.
Would I want that? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
the moth didn't want to be crushed either, probably.
I killed a spider today. I didn't feel bad about that. He was intruding on my space.
Well, there's that. Yeah. I mean, there's Craig Johnson Windows Spider.
Craig Johnson, Windows Spider, I wouldn't crush him,
No,
but he never intruded on your space,
that's true.
except your Windows.
Thank God.
He was a giant spider.
Craig Johnson, Windows Spider, have a card.
Here you go.
Have 8 of them.
Well, only 7. He needs to hold on to the web somehow.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And maybe he was hanging from his little spidery butt silk.
String thing,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I guess he could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You weren't thinking.
I wasn't thinking very.
Use your imagination.
I'm sorry. So, where are you going with this, Jared?
Well, I was just thinking. There are a number of psychological reasons, like psychopaths don't
Right.
feel regret.
Right.
That's what sets them
So
aside.
you were a psychopath until you started working at Walmart.
Until he started playing video games.
Right, until
Oh,
I started
right.
playing video games.
Wait, so you were 10 when you started working at Walmart?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Why did he have to start
I mean, it
working at
makes
Walmart
sense,
when he
don't
started
get me
playing
wrong.
video games?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
understand the connection.
Because he said he started playing video games at 10.
No. Well, I played video games that entire time.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
From
you
10
still
until
you
Walmart.
still killed things.
I guess. I mean, I'm not saying that's my sole purpose in life. I didn't just go out and kill things. And here's the thing.
What do you do now to stay in control of your life?
I don't kill small animals.
Yeah. What do you kill?
Because then you would be a psychopath.
You kill
I kill my feelings with booze.
you kill sperm against a sock.
Right. Against an American flag T-shirt that says "These colors don't run."
These colors don't come.
These colors.
These colors do come.
These colors do
and
come.
they'll probably run eventually.
And
too,
They'll run,
actually.
yeah.
And we'll run.
Yeah. There's some acidity, but
These colors will fade.
these colors will fade. But guilt is such a strong defining characteristic of the human condition.
Yeah.
Like,
When's the last time
well-
you felt really guilty?
when was the last time I felt really guilty?
Yeah.
I mean, I felt guilty about things that I've stolen.
Yeah.
I'm
What did
trying
you
to
steal?
I'm trying to remember what
Recently?
I've stolen recently. I don't steal things.
I do.
Yeah. What was the last thing you stole? See, okay, let's turn the tables. Why am I the one spilling all of my deepest, darkest regrets and secrets?
Oh.
No, the last thing I stole was a glass from the Portsmouth Brewery because
Oh.
it's an awesome. I don't even know.
It's an
I
awesome
think
store, and you
they-
should pay them for their things.
It's like a
But
tulip
how many
shaped
glasses do they have? Yeah, they probably have.
They expect you to steal their shit.
Right. What's that called? Like turnover? No, there's something that they have. There's like a phrase that retail stores use for things that
Where
they
they
just
expect you
expect
to
things
steal
to steal. Like, oh, we have stolen goods and damaged goods, and
Oh yeah, there's probably something they call that.
There's probably a name for
Yeah,
that
there's probably
somewhere.
a name.
having not worked in retail since ball fart or
Ball fart.
ball fart.
Ball fart is really the best word for it. I'm so glad
Right.
that's what you're using. I also steal makeup from another store called Ball Fart
Oh,
pretty
Yeah.
frequently because it's
Yeah.
really expensive. It's like $15 for a little bottle, and it's awful.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's-
I refuse to pay their horrible prices for
Well,
it.
I think you should steal from
From
Ball Fart.
yeah, Ball Fart
Yeah.
and major retailers like that, but not
you should.
mom and pop. Leave mom and pop alone, because that's
different.
shitty.
I'm reminded of Robin Hood. I think you should give the makeup you steal to people who can't afford it.
I would never give my makeup away.
No, never.
Those are my riches.
Maybe I could steal more than one at a time. That could work. I should totally do that.
You should. Yeah, one for you. And
Mhm.
do you think Robin Hood did that? One
Yeah.
for me
One
and one
for
for the
me.
poor. One for
Two
me, one for the poor.
Plus, Ballfart doesn't like press charges until you get to $100 worth of merchandise. So
Oh,
that's
nice.
a whole
That's
bunch of
pretty
makeup
good.
bottles.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not so bad.
I think someone else in this room has an interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, I did. I stole about $3 worth of chicken from Ballfart.
Mhm.
And they took me into a back room, and they took down they took a picture of me, and I just
Did a
didn't have my
cavity
wallet on me, and I was really hungry, and I just wanted to. I realized I got all the way there.
You had to feed your family.
I had to feed myself, and
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, so I stole a little.
Mhm.
No big deal. But I don't know. Getting back to little kids and animals.
Little kids and animals.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the only time I really feel regret and remorse now is after like a night of drinking, and I'm like, oh man, did I really say that? Did I really do that? Why? Why? So I wonder if there's like some connection there. Are kids just little drunks? Are they?
Maybe that's what it is. They're just
They kind
little
of are.
drunks.
Yeah.
They stumble all over the place. They
Yeah.
fall asleep all the time. They kind of are just
Yeah,
little
they
drunk adults.
just have no. I mean, so when you're drinking, is that what you're trying to do? Get back to that place where you can have an excuse for having no control over your yourself and your actions?
It's possible. Maybe that's what everyone is trying to attain when they're drinking. They're trying to. I think a lot of people drink solely to suppress guilt, but then it comes back like
tenfold. And you do
more like
things
fourfold.
Fourfold.
10 might be a little
Threefold.
extreme.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10 is too
10's
much.
a bit much.
10 is a bit much.
Have you ever tried at 10 folding something 10 times? That's a lot of folds.
Yeah. Oh, it gets exponentially larger.
Yeah,
And,
that's how folding works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Things
I
get
think that's about right.
exponentially larger.
Yeah.
And you fold them.
Right.
Well, thicker.
Yeah.
Thicker.
They get thicker.
Yeah.
And they get harder to fold.
That's true.
I mean, fold number 1 is less hard than fold number 10.
That's true.
So,
I agree.
I'm glad we've
Well,
worked through that.
Now we know that.
now we know folding things is difficult. Moving onward, again, back to the kids and, even the animals. I sort of stopped with frogs. Is there a point? Is there a sliding scale where it becomes wrong? Like frogs,
Frogs are wrong.
The
Frogs
guilty
are wrong.
threshold.
Yeah.
hamster, getting up to the hamster. You don't want to torture a hamster.
No.
But a frog
Boring.
is just a frog. Like, it's
You
going to
think
be
a frog
food for
is just a
something.
frog?
It's a frog, just a frog.
Well, why can't a hamster be food for something?
This is completely off topic, but I was reading something earlier today about the hard problem of consciousness.
Okay.
And there are philosophers who still sort of just, they put aside the idea that that consciousness even exists. They're just like, oh, your brain is a system that handles all of these things, and consciousness is just sort of a byproduct of the machinations of the mind. You don't even think about it, but like then people think about it and they're like, well, it's sort of something that exists outside of matter and atoms and things because it's experiential and unique only to me, so it must be some extra physical thing. There's one theory, I think it's called like panpsychelia, pencilia in. It posits the idea that any complex system of knowledge or a complex system that works for one goal has the ability to accumulate consciousness in some way. So like a graphing calculator could potentially be like conscious in some way, in a very basic form of consciousness.
TI-83.
A TI-83, ooh, good pull.
Yeah.
Played so many games on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, and if you just filled it with games, at some point maybe it was just like, I'm a fucking calculator, like you just had that thought for a split second, and then it went back to just being an inanimate object.
That's kind of how I feel, though. I feel like a TI-83. I'm like going to work every day and selling things, and I'm like, I'm a human.
Mm-hmm.
I have brains and muscles, and
You don't want to play all the games that
I
people are
don't-
putting inside of you.
Yeah, just stop putting these games in me.
Right.
I'm not a making money thing. Put money in, and I give money away and get things.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not a consuming machine.
Some people, they posited that gives credence to the whole pencil you in theory. Pennsylvania theory.
Yeah.
Penicillin
theory.
The penicillin theory of consciousness.
Yeah.
That's why you lose yourself in menial tasks.
Penis villain.
Because you're no longer a complex existence. You're no longer an ordered, complex existence. You're performing a menial task, and you might lose yourself in it, and then all of a sudden find yourself 20 minutes later thinking, oh, yeah, I'm a fucking person.
Oh, yeah. That's
shit, I'm doing something. I've just wasted time, but during that time you just weren't conscious of what you were doing.
But then there's the opposite theory about like the flow state, that like something you're really into, you just do without thinking, and that's like basically what you're made for, and you lose time that way. So things that you lose time in, and just kind of you're not thinking about yourself, you're not thinking about the world, you're not really thinking about anything, you're just doing. That's the flow state. So that's kind of the opposite. The opposite, but the same.
It is the same. It's the opposite of the same.
So on one
way better sounding though.
On one end of the spectrum, so we have menial tasks, and then we have the ultimate task that you love doing.
Right. What's your ultimate task?
Masturbating. Flow state.
That really is a flow state.
Yeah. It's more of like a squirt state.
Yeah,
Not so
you're
much
just going to have to stop
state.
that. I need to continue
Yeah.
the
More
examination. We need to continue the podcast. You need to stop masturbating.
You need to stop. I'm in my flow state.
I'm existing right now.
I'm busy existing. I'm flowing.
Excuse me, I just need 5 minutes to exist.
I don't know.
5 minutes, wow.
Caitlin, what's your flow state?
Oh, that's a tough one. Man. Dancing probably.
That's good.
Doing it for a long, long time. It's different though, because that's like choreographed, I guess. So.
But I think it can, because like a lot of people say, like surfing or something. Actually, I think really my flow state would be mountain biking. I can't wait to mountain bike. It's gonna be
Get
so
back
good.
in that
Oh, yeah.
flow state
Get
of
back in
mountain
the flow.
biking or dancing.
Yeah.
I don't think
Dancing
I have
on
a
my
flow
mountain
state.
I mountain bike
Mountain
while I
bike
dance, so
dancing,
that's
yeah.
perfect.
Or also when I'm playing music, jamming out.
Getting in that zone, but sometimes I
Sound.
lose myself jamming in the music.
Sometimes
But
you
that's-
lose yourself in the music and the moment.
But isn't that what it is, though?
and you own it.
Just
You better
it's
never
kind of-
let that go. I mean,
Thank you, Eminem.
You only get one shot
Do not miss your chance.
to flow state.
There's vomit on my sweater already.
Mom spaghetti?
It's probably
Spaghetti.
mom's spaghetti.
It's probably mom spaghetti.
Now I'm hungry. Kind of.
Mom spaghetti.
Is mom's spaghetti really mom's spaghetti? It's just spaghetti.
Unless your mom made it.
What if mom?
Did you make the spaghetti, or
you
did she
can
just put
make-
it in water
Oh,
and
you
turn it
can
into
make spaghetti. There are spaghetti machines.
Yeah, well, you could, but did your mom make spaghetti
If
from
you have a
scratch?
super Italian
maybe
mom.
Did she?
Eminem's-
Did
maybe
she spend
Eminem's mom
hours
did it.
at the grindstone with the wheat flour,
Okay, well,
working
not-
it
maybe
into a
not-
paste?
Maybe not that.
Who are we to judge him? Maybe that's what actually happened.
He had a hard life.
Because his mom
That's
was
true.
Italian
Yeah.
and made her own spaghetti.
That's right.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
He was always wearing clothes covered in vomit.
Yeah.
Spaghetti vomit.
Yeah,
He's wearing sweaters, really.
just sweaters.
Just sweaters. Just big sweaters.
If Eminem wore sweaters only all the time, I think that would actually
Just
dramatically
sweaters.
change his persona.
And just like really dorky looking sweaters. Like Argyle sweaters.
Right, and like horn rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
If he was basically Weezer.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting comparison of Eminem to Kurt Cobain.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if
Interesting.
you think about it, it kind of makes sense. They came from like a divorce hard background. He kind of had trouble with his ex-wife or wife or whatever.
Right.
He had a daughter that he probably wanted to grow up right, and was probably contemplating being a part of her life and all of those things. And he was the voice of his generation, of his music style. So what I'm trying to say is I think Eminem should have killed himself when he was 27.
That sounds about right. He would be, he would have been immortalized. But also, I think at 27, he was in like the height of his shit career.
Yeah, well,
The height of his shit career.
What is a shit career?
Well, he had like all that fame and the accolades.
Was
and
it
even
the
the people that liked
D19
him.
or whatever it is?
Oh no, D12. How dare
D20.
you.
D19.
D19. That would be way too many guys.
Imagine them all in one
Yeah.
studio.
Oh, 12 was the number of guys that were. That
Yeah,
were
D12. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it. I don't know.
Just a
the
random
Detroit 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was playing Battleship.
Back to shame and guilt.
Yeah, I feel shame for that for making that reference to Battleship to
just
board
talking
games.
about Eminem in general, really.
Right.
But
Have you ever cheated at something and then felt shame or guilt about that? Or silence. No, but nobody wants to admit it because I'm making you think about it. Here's something interesting. Now that you just thought about it,
a wash of shame and guilt.
now
It
that
was
you've
just a
now that
wash
you've
with
thought
it.
about it, ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. Okay, I'm gonna start spelling a word. I'm gonna say a letter. I'm gonna say blanks, and I'm gonna say another letter, and then you need to fill in the word.
I don't
Okay.
wanna play this game.
So the first one
Nagger.
is
Naggers.
naggers. Yeah, no.
People that bother
The first one is W blank blank H.
whoa,
W blank blank H. What word can you make with that?
whoa.
Oh, there's an H at the end.
Right.
Yeah,
Whoa.
WOAH. That's a word, yo.
No, I thought it was WHOA.
Yeah.
But
Aw.
W blank blank H.
Yeah.
What is it?
W blank. I don't know, dude.
With.
Think of a word.
With.
With. Okay. Mike. W8 blank blank H.
With.
Okay. All right. Here's another one. SH blank blank ER.
Sheer. Shirt. Shiger. Sugar. What is it?
You're really good at this. You're
SH
making me feel
blank
not bad
blank.
about spelling whoa wrong.
ER.
Shamer.
Sugar. Saturated fats. I don't like this game.
Are you happy we're playing this?
Well, to be honest, you've already proved my point. Not before I even started doing this, but you didn't do the thing that I thought you were going to do. But you did. I asked you to think of a time when you were guilty about cheating at something,
Mm-hmm.
and they call this the Lady MacBeth effect.
Okay.
You know the
The
story of Lady
lady-
Macbeth.
Damned Spot?
She was seeing, out damned spot. You know that just her hands were bloody because she committed murder. It was guilt.
Right.
They've done this experiment where they make people think about things.
You
that
say experiment.
experiment.
What is it? It's like spearmint gum. Like, what's an experiment?
Did I say
An
experiment?
You
Spearmint
say
gum?
experiment.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You always say it.
Maybe
you
it's
say it all the
peppermint
time.
Experiment.
instead.
It's experiment. Experiment. An
Experiment.
experiment.
I feel
Not
like
an
I do a
experiment.
combination of the two.
You want
An experiment.
you're changing the subject.
Shame.
No, I just want you to say
Experiment.
Yeah, not an
Experiment.
experiment.
Well, that's
That's like something that used to be spearmint. It's not anymore.
experiment.
Flavorless gum.
Experiment,
But
yeah.
I'm not saying
Flavorless gum.
spearmint. I'm saying spearmint.
Spearmint.
It's like a colloquialism.
Experiment. I know it is a colloquialism that drives me insane.
Right. I used to call colloquialisms colloquialisms, and that itself was a colloquialism to my own self.
Right. Yeah.
It was my own made-up
it's your
colloquialism.
own regional dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't exist outside the region of
Jared.
outside
Yeah.
But I think
my
ex-
consciousness.
I feel like experiment is this
experiment,
this central New Hampshire kind of thing that people say.
right?
Because
Well,
I hear it a lot.
People say sword instead of sword.
Because
I don't
that's
think
how
I
you
could
say it.
Sword. Yeah. That's-
Sword,
That's
sword.
sword.
It's got a W.
Swordfish.
Sword.
Sword.
Okay.
Sword.
Anyway, keep going with your experiment.
Oh, theater is another one.
Theatre.
Theater.
Listen. Just
So
keep
so
going
back to
with
the
your
What
experiment.
about
All right.
the blank?
Now, if you listen back,
Okay.
and I'm sure our listeners may not have picked up on this, but they can just rewind about 10 minutes. No, not even. This has been
no,
like 3.
It's probably been
Rewind
about
10 minutes and listen to us again.
Yeah.
But immediately after I asked you to think of something that you felt shame in after cheating on at something, on something, whatever, you made a reference to washing. You said I want to feel clean or something like you said. I don't know. I know you said something.
What?
Yeah, you said something in reference to like washing,
No, I
cleaning.
didn't.
You did. I swear to God.
did not.
Play it. We're gonna play it back.
No,
and
we
that's
won't.
considered. That's called the Lady Macbeth effect. And more times than not, if somebody were to think of something, if you see it written, I think it's easier because I think when we were doing it verbally, you just didn't grasp the concept. I don't know if your brain doesn't handle it.
It's not very visual.
I've been drinking whiskey.
That's true. But giving somebody W blank blank H and have them come up with a word after hearing or after thinking about something guilty, the word they will come up with is usually wash.
Okay. Is that correlation or causation?
I mean, what's the difference?
Well, they mean different things. I think that's the difference.
They're different definitions of those
They're
words.
different things. I think that's what the difference is. The fact that they're different.
But I don't know. I don't know.
No.
Probably causation more than anything, though, because how many other words could you put in with W blank
I
blank?
could
A?
put
Wish.
in one.
Wish,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wish.
With.
Okay. and
With
then-
yeah,
okay.
with is
All
another
right, all
common
right.
one.
Well, what's the
Just
point
what we
here?
said.
What is the point?
Well, it was an interesting idea in that
what, you want to like wash your sins away? Is
yeah,
that
like
it?
feeling clean is directly related to feelings of intense shame and
I don't feel
and
shame.
regret.
You feel clean.
Well, you
Yeah, I feel clean.
literally made a reference immediately after I asked you about feeling regret or shame, and you made a reference to being clean or washed. I don't remember the exact word because it's been 3 minutes, 4 minutes now.
Well, who can remember that?
Who can
far?
remember
Short-term
time?
Memory.
Yeah.
I mean,
not necessary.
I'm not even conscious right now.
Yeah.
My consciousness is stepped
I'm
out.
in my
Because
flow
you're in
state.
your flow.
I
Yeah,
am in my
exactly
flow
what-
state.
I am
Yeah.
flowing. I've got a heavy flow.
I've been
Going on.
torturing animals over in the corner.
But not frogs.
Yeah.
No,
where
nothing
you draw the
larger than
line.
frogs.
The
But-
freezer's filled with frogs
The
right
freezer
now.
is filled with frogs.
Frog cubes.
Yeah,
Delicious frog
Mm,
cubes.
some delicious-
Those go
I
really
use
well
frozen
with gin.
and whiskey.
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken.
I use frozen frogs
Frog
to
cubes.
cool my whiskey.
So,
But I mean, there are
What's-
certain aspects of shame that clearly they're not character defining. They're more crippling than anything else. Like
yeah.
people feel like existential shame. You know, that feeling of I should have said this to get this result, or I should have said anything at this point in my life. I mean, I've had those with previous relationships, whether platonic or intimate. You know, maybe I should have done that. Maybe
Let's talk about people not feeling shame. The people that don't.
Let's
feel
talk
shame.
about me. Let's.
I'm not. No, actually, this isn't about me.
Okay.
I mean, I guess in a way, everything's about me in a roundabout way.
You know, I never thought you'd put those words together in that way. This isn't about me.
Wait, have you ever said that
This
before?
isn't about me. Yeah, when I'm trying to get out of something. Like, hey,
This is about
isn't,
you.
this isn't about me. This is you.
Yeah, but listen, just ignore
Okay.
that.
Listen, ignore the fact that this is about me, and it's not about me. No, but,
It's not
okay.
you, it's me.
It's not me, it's you.
People who don't feel shame.
Okay, so when all right, so one of my exes, she told me a story about how she was like she had a pet bird that she kept, and decided like one day she couldn't take care of it anymore, and it was just like a little finch, and she put it in a Pringles container and put the cover on it,
Just
and
let it
then
suffocate.
just let it die.
And she felt no shame over
No
this.
shame, you know. And when I
Especially for a
I
pet.
kind of freaked out about it. I was like, you know, even though it was like years before, I was like really mad and like really upset about it. And her reaction was like, "What? It's just a bird."
It was
Like,
a bird you kept as your pet,
and
though.
I was like, yeah, but that was a bird. Exactly, that was my
Something
feeling
you're
was
supposed to be
like
caring for.
exactly. That's exactly what I said. I was like, "This is something you were supposed to be caring for. You took responsibility for
Right,
it,
and then you completely threw that out the window.
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, I couldn't handle it anymore,
Hmm?
and so I'm just going to, throw this away in the most literal sense, you know.
Literally throwing
Yeah.
this away.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the trash
Yeah,
until it stops moving and becomes trash.
yeah.
Oh.
Because
That
it was
is-
just a bird that I bought at a pet store because I thought it was cute, and then I decided, this is too much work, so I'm going
That's
to
awful.
kill it.
It was just a baby that my uterus cultivated, and
Now it's
I
in
mean,
the dumpster, so
yeah.
it's trash.
see you later. You put something in the dumpster, it becomes trash, right?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be one thing if it.
Just escalated so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, if it was like
Unless-
like a bird egg,
Right.
and you're like, maybe I want this bird to hatch, but then you're like, no, I want an omelet, and you
That's not
ate
how
it.
eggs work.
I want this egg to hatch into a bird,
Okay.
but I also really want an omelet.
That is not
I'm
how
very
eggs work
conflicted.
at all.
Hold on a second. I've had many omelets in my life, and
You thought they were gonna hatch?
not the.
Have you found a bird in
omelets.
your omelet?
I never thought the omelet was going
Did you
to
leave
hatch.
eggs in your fridge and it turned into birds at some point? That's
No,
not
because
how
I
eggs
always-
Fridge birds.
work.
No, because I always made omelets out of
frogs.
them. If I had left them there with the intent that they would turn into birds. Listen, if I bought a dozen eggs and I just left them in my room, I might have a dozen birds.
I cannot stress to you that this is not how eggs work.
This sounds pretty. It's pretty sound logic to me.
If you did have a dozen birds,
Yeah.
do you think your ex-girlfriend would have put them in Pringles cans?
Each in an individual one? or
I
just
you know
shove
what?
it
I don't
all
want
into
these
one?
12
You know what?
12 birds anymore.
Yeah. You could probably fit 6 birds each.
How many birds could you fit
Well,
into a
depending on
Pringles can?
how
Depends how much
big.
they're moving.
And not
How many
feel bad
finches-
about it.
You could probably fit four finches per Pringles.
How many
can.
do you stuff in there? Yeah, before you start feeling bad that you're
Yeah.
stuffing them in
Right.
there,
Right.
and that makes it even worse.
And what about the poor bastard that went for some Pringles later on? You know, like
Just-
I am so hungry.
Just a
I want garbage
good
Pringles.
God.
a container of dead parakeets.
Well, I don't know that she even like threw it out. You know,
It's even worse.
she
Just leaving it
kept
on
or
your
there's
counter.
or there's
She just put it back in the
my
cage.
friend's ex-girlfriend
in your cupboard.
that kept the baby fetus in a mason jar.
that's
Always a good story.
very different level.
Yeah. Apparently had a miscarriage and scooped the baby out of the toilet and put it in a jar.
You know, most people keep jams and jellies in mason jars.
There's a horrible joke I want to make here, I think, but I'm not going to.
No, go for it.
Hey, this is a safe place.
No.
It's a safe zone.
Don't feel any shame.
That is too dangerous.
But yeah, I mean that's a sad thing that happened. But here's the thing:
It's
you wanted her to feel shame about
I
that.
did. I wanted her.
And
to
that's
feel
the interesting thing
awful
about
and feel like
society is
shit.
society will shame others. Like they'll purposely try to shame others who are different and who just don't conform to
You
normal
think-
societal
you,
rules.
You think that's just non-conformity?
Not feeling
Shoving a
shame.
bird in a Pringles can is just
Yeah, she
being
just
a
wanted to be
nonconformist?
different, Mike.
Yeah,
she just wanted to be
I'm
different.
gonna dye my hair purple and
And
shove a bunch of birds
in a
in
Pringle can.
in cans.
Yeah, I mean,
Crayons would
in
be
crayons.
even worse.
Yeah,
it-
that would be
it's
really bad. Make the bird
Make
crayons.
the bird, yeah.
bird crayons.
Yeah,
Robin's egg blue.
Why do you say crayons?
I don't know because I'm
Crayons.
from Massachusetts. I just say
I
crayons.
Crayons.
I say crayons.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this
Fuck
is
you.
fucking payback for your dumb shit that you say.
You know, I'm just
You're
you know,
right.
let's do an experiment
Okay, let's do an experiment about crayons.
about crayons.
You don't even say it right. It's crayons.
Crayons.
No, it's crayons.
Crayons.
Crayons, like cranberries, but
Yeah.
just like some crayons.
Just
Just some
what?
crayons.
Sounds like you're saying crayons.
I didn't
Like
say
you're-
crayons.
are you trying to say another word?
C-R-A-N-S.
crayons?
Crayons.
And that's
Crayons.
it.
I've got crayons.
I got crayons disease. I can't stop pooping.
Yeah.
I've got crayons disease.
Aw.
Oh.
Is that your flow state?
It's a flow
It's
state.
a terrible flow state.
God.
But yeah, no, you're right. Society does want other people to feel shame.
Mm-hmm.
They want to shame them, to know that you're accepted. You know, it's like, okay, so that this is a normal thing that people would do. They would do something terrible, and then they would regret it. And
Right,
the
but
fact
because
that
you don't regret it.
yeah, You can't be
I'm
part of our
better
club.
than you.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
Isn't it I'm better than you? Because I think it's more like you should feel bad about what you did.
Right.
Yeah, but does that make you a bad
because
person?
that makes
because you don't feel bad about it. So
that does
you're
make you a bad
better
person.
than
That you should be put on a fucking island. Yeah.
Just an island for people who put birds in Pringles cans. That's all I'm saying.
That's all.
You
They're
know,
gonna
if
need a
you
lot of
take one
Pringles
thing
cans on
away
that island.
tonight is that people who put birds in cans that used to have potato chips in them belong on an island, and not a fun island with coconuts and more birds for them to put in Pringles cans.
like a lava island.
Yeah, with where if you walk around barefoot, it cuts up your feet, and
Right.
so you're constantly thinking of
And your sneakers are made of glass too.
right,
That's a good one.
and
Right.
and also there are always birds just
sneakers.
out of your reach
Or
Right.
pecking at your eyes.
or pecking
Or
at
they're
your eyes.
dead birds. They're dead birds everywhere.
But
All
they
you
probably
can eat
wouldn't
are
feel bad
dead
about
birds. All you can eat are Pringles cans full of dead birds
Yeah,
for the
that's
rest of your life.
All the Pringles you can eat.
Yeah, but not
Surprise.
Pringles
But not
because they're
Pringles,
birds.
yeah.
They're dead birds.
Yeah.
They used to be eggs. They hatched in your fridge. And then they put them in cans and
No, you
sent them to
can't
your
put them in your
glass
fridge. You
volcano
can't put 'em in your
island.
fridge because then they'll just turn into omelets.
That's true. You can't have any omelets on this island. This is an omeletless island.
You'll never have an omelet.
You've never had one.
And
Can't
you never
now.
Have you ever made a
did
Pringles
before.
omelet?
will. Delicious.
Out of dead birds? Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking about? A
That's-
dead bird
yeah,
omelet?
a dead bird omelet.
That's what an omelet is.
Actually, that is.
That is literally.
It just feels different if you're making it out of dead.
There's
like,
genetically
actual
no difference
birds
between
who
an
are
omelet
dead.
and a chicken.
What if you put green peppers in it?
You've still got a chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a chicken that is eating green pepper. All right, so I think we've done enough, huh? That's
All right.
That's about
Probably.
it.
That was pretty good. I think we had a pretty good pod. Before we go, I did just want to say I always feel weird about putting chicken in my omelets. Have you ever just...
No, I don't feel bad about
No?
that.
As it is a dead bird, and you're cooking it up in the unfertilized egg of itself.
I feel like it wouldn't be as bad as making a chicken eat an omelet because
Yeah, that would be kinda
that'd
sick.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be way worse. But I understand where you're going.
Yeah.
I think the worst would be if, like, the chicken laid the egg that you used to make the omelet, and then you
Then you
killed the
made it eat
chicken,
it.
or you made it
Or-
eat it, yeah.
And then killed the chicken.
then
And then, or
You killed it-
killed
you
part
killed
of
it.
the chicken.
You killed part of the chicken.
How do
Or
wanna
you had
kill
one
part
of its-
the
okay.
chicken?
How do you kill part of a chicken? You know what you do is you make an omelet.
That's probably it.
You're now leaving Cat
That's
Town.
probably good.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to wrap my head around killing part of a chicken.
You're the one who said
No, I feel like it's possible.
it. Okay.
How do you can kill part of a person? You could put part of a person in an omelet and make them eat it.
But it's not killing the person, though. It's not.
You're
like,
killing part of them. If you kill my arm,
You know how you kill part
if
of a
you
person?
Chop off your arm, you're not dead, though.
No, but my arm is dead. It's
I
dead to the
know.
world.
Hey guys, I know how you kill part of a person.
You
Have
you-
your significant other
I
tell
was
them
about to
that
say that.
you put your pet bird in a Pringles can.
that is how you kill part of a person.
God,
Yeah.
forever.
You know what? That part of them, that faith in humanity,
Never coming
will
back.
never come back.
No,
It'll
never.
be
It's
the
gone.
same.
It's
Yeah.
dead. That part of that person is dead.
Yeah. It's
So, in conclusion, feel shame all the time. It helps you grow as a person, and
and tell people you feel shameful because
right. Tell
Otherwise
everyone that
people
you're
think you're
ashamed.
bad.
It'll make you seem like a better person. You're
Right.
you're probably
Even if
still
you're not.
If
still
you feel
terrible.
shame, you're a good
No.
person.
Yeah.
Well, not
So-
too much shame.
So stomp on all the animals you want as long as you feel bad about it.
And
after.
don't go any higher than a frog.
Yeah.
Right, never-
never any higher than the frog, unless it's Kermit.
Whatever that
Wait,
hierarchy.
no, don't kill Kermit.
Don't kill Kermit.
Don't kill
Oh,
Kermit.
no, Kermit's like a talking frog. That's
yeah,
different.
he is. Well,
And
frogs
he
talk. They say
walks
ribbit.
on two legs.
Ribbit.
Yeah, but Kermit.
Ribbit.
If it says ribbit,
If it says
kill
ribbit.
it.
rhymes always help me, so
Yes.
that's good.
Okay.
That wasn't even a rhyme.
It was
Yeah.
like a
It was
off
close.
rhyme sort of
But,
kind of
So,
rhyme.
Cat Town, we're one step closer to getting to the bottom of everything. I think.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think we did good work here on doing
Yeah.
that.
We've
Yeah. So,
thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us, Caitlin.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh
thanks
no,
for
thank you
being our
guys for
guest.
having me.
Oh, anytime.
Super exciting.
I'll have you anytime.
Okay.
Down leaving Cat Town.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.